Hello boys and girls, and welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at the Gundam Kimaris booster unit. This actually breaks down into 15 individual pieces if you count the hands separately. As you can see, we have all the parts laid out. What we're going to do is go over each of them. I'm going to give you a close-up view, put it all together, let you know my thoughts, and then let you know something I have planned afterwards. Starting off with the legs. As you can see, I've got both of them here, one opened up and one closed up. Taking a look over, one of the things that I have to really give this kit is the attention to detail as far as all of the panel lining and details. For being a high grade kit, this thing is actually pretty fantastic. Now the only issue that I ended up having with some of the legs is where they join up together. It doesn't quite want to seal up, but we will fix that in another video. Taking a look at the feet with them closed up, as far as range of motion, that is about it right there. The toe does flip down, and that's for when it's open like this. Taking a look at your side to side movement, looking at the leg articulation, you only get a bend right there. You of course do get a full swivel with the hip joint, and this is what I was talking about, the details. Very nice. Now I have not applied any decals to this, and that's because I'm going to use this for a tutorial for you guys for doing the panel lining and some detailing and cleaning up. I thought this kit would actually be appropriate seeing how there are so many on it. Taking a look with the booster unit opened up, as you can see on the underside, you do get a pivot right there and a small pivot right there for that one. And of course you get to see the inner frame details. Now you get, with it opened up, that kind of range of movement and only that much movement. So we are going to be modifying this foot so that it can open up some more. You do have to, when closing this down, really watch how this piece here will end up hitting on this booster. Closing it down, this one closes down pretty good, but there is still a little bit of a gap, and we're going to see if we can't fix that later on. Taking a look at the waist unit, you do get some movement forward and back on here, but not really any pivoting as far as that goes. You do get nice color separation on the sides. You only get up and down. You do not get any pivoting side to side. You do get a little up and down as far as this tail piece. Now one thing I will advise, this is actually a clip for the knife to go into, and it is a pain in the butt to get in and out. You may have to shave around it just to loosen it up if you're planning on opening it and closing it. All of these do open up fairly wide. You do get your typical just side to side motion with that hip joint. Attaching the legs is fairly simple. You just slide it in until it pops. Fold down your skirts, and there you go. Taking a look at the body unit itself, you have a lot of this nice purple, again with all of the panel line details. You get the typical side to side and a little bit of forward back. It is nice to see all the details. Now, one of the pieces that can be attached is that one, and that is for the normal Kimaris, which I actually have sitting on the shelf for the trooper type, and we'll be going over that. The backpack piece, which we'll go over here in a second, you pull that off and you snap this on instead. Attaching again, fairly simple. Hold the front and back skirts together, kind of wiggle it, and there you go. Taking a look at the shoulder units. I do really like these. The first gimmick that these end up having is these little pods will pop up, and you have the little throwing star discus thing that is in there. It is a pain in the butt to get in and out. These do pivot in and out, but they are very loose. I would probably suggest either maybe some tape or something in there to stiffen up that joint, otherwise they're going to flop down. No real detail on the inside of here, just pretty much an open gap. And of course you get your regular socket joint for attaching the shoulder unit. Attaching these, as with all the others, I just like to place my thumb right here, put it in the socket, and pop it in. And there you go. Moving on to the arms, you have the typical open hand arms, and then you also have the closed fist that holds your weapons. Taking a look at the arms, You can see again a lot of great detail, and I actually like how parts were layered on this with new pieces, and it's kind of a shame. I'm almost thinking this would look even more awesome with some panels cut out so that you could see inside. No, I'm not going to end up doing that. You of course get your regular rotation with the hands, no issues there. With the elbow joint, you get a pivot there and then another pivot there. Your normal 360 with the shoulder attaching again. Very simple. Just slide it in the socket and there you go. Moving on to the head, and this was actually one of my favorite pieces on this. I know a few people that do not like the head on this. It kind of reminds me of a Guyver style, but I really like the different layers that it took to build this up. As you can see, you have gun ports on here, plenty of details. Yes, I know it's not all together, and I still have some nub marks to clean up, but that will come at a later time. But this will look very good once it's all detailed up. And like I said, I have not applied any decals to this at all yet. Attaching the head is very simple. It just pops on there. You do get some actual good movement forward, not really any movement back because of that collar piece. Now side to side. Taking a look. With this on here, you do get some good movement with the shoulders. The arms will go out about there. And about there before it actually starts binding up with the shoulder units. Taking a look at the legs. You can go fully forward. If you slide that out, you can go pretty much back. And you can go out all the way because of the way that these joints are. Taking a look at the folding knife unit. This is actually very cool. Let's get into where it shows. Very simple, 3 pieces, folds and unfolds, and this attaches to the back skirt. Taking a look at the back booster unit, it's very simple. You do get a full 360 in these side pieces, and you get range of movement with that. 4 boosters on here, 2 on each side. Again, a great detail. This is going to attach to the back, just like so, and plugs right in. Very secure, have had no issues with any parts falling off. Lastly is going to be the Joust Saber. This is in a deep navy blue, and of course I've got one hand already pre-attached to it with a couple of purple patches to it. It's not as heavy as it looks, but it will be interesting to see if this can actually hold it up or if it just ends up having to drag the tip. I have a feeling it's just going to end up dragging the tip. All right, here we have it all put together, standing up, and yes, the arms actually will hold up the joust piece, as you can see. Now, the only thing is, because of this booster unit that is back here, that is going to make it back heavy. You are going to have to do some finagling to get a pose if you have it standing. Though if you have it on a flight stand, it is not going to be an issue and it will hold up just fine. But as it is, mainly we have to figure out some way to modify the abs on here or the waist section so that you can get more forward movement into this. It doesn't allow it to bend forward enough, and it gives it an awkward, no matter what you end up doing, an awkward look where the chest section wants to look tilted back. I do really like this. This is probably one of my favorite pieces that I've put together so far from the Iron Bladed series. Here we have standing next to the Lupus, and as you can see, not counting the booster unit, they are about the same height with knees bent. Though I think if you straighten out the Lupus, he is actually taller in general. Would I recommend this kit? Most definitely. For the price point and everything, I would definitely run out and pick one up. In fact, if you're interested, if you check down in the description, I actually have a link that updates to the lowest price on Amazon, and you can pick one up over there. That helps out the channel, helps out me, helps me pick up more stuff to review for you guys and do some giveaways. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. If you like what you see and you want to see more, definitely click the subscribe button right about there. and check out my last video right about there. As usual, YouTube, thanks for hanging with me. I will see you guys all later in the next video. Peace out.